Good morning, YouTube. Yeah, last night was bad, and it's doesn't seem to be ready to end yet. It's I don't even know where to start, and I'd rather just cut to the chase rather than not get to it. So this bus here, Route 1, pulled in here to the SkyTrain station. It's bus number 5228. The driver just came off that bus, and I asked her why it is that what's up with all the drivers that don't stop for people waiting at the bus stops? And she's like, I don't handle that. And I'm like, what do you mean you don't handle that? Isn't it your job to stop for people at the bus stop? I said, I just had a Route 32 drive right by me, didn't stop. And a couple weeks ago, I had a Route 60 drive right by me and didn't stop. And she goes, leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone, and goes running into the SkyTrain building, which is just like, what the fuck kind of customer service is that? I'm waiting for the 44, so, yeah, so anyway, that's what just happened. I had to wait all freaking night sitting down on Mill Avenue, for a train, because even though the street, the bars close at 2 in the morning, and the street is absolutely packed between 2 and 3 in the morning, there's absolutely no public transit running. Absolutely none at all. In fact, I was almost willing to take a Bird scooter, as upset as I am with the last issue I had with a Bird scooter not exceeding 5 miles per hour and their customer service refusing to refund it. But no, those shut down at 2 a.m. and don't resume until 4. Anyway, by 4, it's just like, fuck it, may as well wait another hour for the train. And I forget, I think the train showed up at like 5:10-ish. Now, it kind of is my bad. I was not paying attention while I was riding on the train, and I missed my stop at 44th Street, so I ended up getting off at Gateway Community College. And I walked back in hopes that I would be able to get to catch the 44. That's her. That's the one that doesn't answer questions, as apparently it's not her job to take care of passengers who ride the bus, who pay for bus cards, who pay her salary. What? Sorry, what, ma'am? I'm just trying to find out what it takes to get a bus driver to stop for a passenger in the city. I'm asking you. Aren't you a bus driver? Why? What does it take to get you to stop? How do I get you to stop when I'm at a bus stop? What is the magic formula? What do I have to do? What do I have to do? I'm just asking a question, ma'am. Just trying to get some help. So anyway, yeah, so I'm walking back, and I was hoping I could catch the first 44, I believe it's first 44 going north, apparently she's not even picking up passengers here. Catch the first 44 going north, and I did a screenshot. I saw it, looked to see where it was. It was running, it said it was running 11 minutes late. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm going to have time to hop off, take the Sky Bridge, and come here and catch it. But I can't believe I missed my stop. But anyway, so it ended up not being that late because the bus was going south on the 51 freeway. And I got a screenshot of that. Again, just the whole not-in-service buses just driving all over the place, not picking up passengers is frustrating because I saw the bus pass me as I was walking down Washington Street from the Gateway Community College 38th Street station over here to the SkyTrain station. It passed me about a block before the turn to the SkyTrain. And of course, this is not in service. You know, I mean, the app shows it's a Route 44, but the bus says not in service. And drives past me because that's what they do, because not in service, just driving, but not taking care of passengers, wasting tax dollars on labor, wasting tax dollars on fuel. And I'm walking, but I'm also watching the transit app, trying to see if I can get, trying to see, is it going to stop there? Is it going to wait a little bit or what? And apparently, like, he just went through the motions, drove through the station here, but didn't stop. And it's a little difficult to follow the tracking right now with the Valley Metro Transit app because of that weird thing that they've put in that to try to counteract for the lag time of making the bus jump a quarter mile, like the icon for the bus appear a quarter mile ahead of where it is. So of course, as it's driving through the transit center, at one point it showed it off in the dirt on the railroad tracks on the other side of 44th Street. And at one point it showed it in the airport property to the south of here. Yeah, that's chaotic. I don't know who's doing the programming of that, but that just needs to that subroutine needs to go away. It's freaking retarded. But again, that's what happens when you've got transit and transit-related things being put together by people who don't use transit. You know, the person who programmed that doesn't ride the bus. So he's not looking at that app going, oh God, that looks freaking retarded. It shows a bus in the middle of a field. It can't possibly be in the middle of a field. I should correct that. But at this point, like that tells me that that the bus is just speeding through the station here and not stopping. So I'm continuing to walk and trying to get to 44th Street. Figure, well, I'll catch it at the Circle K. Well, I just barely missed it at the Circle K. By the time I got to the Circle K, it was on its. It was I could see the back end of the bus. It was almost to Van Buren, and the next one, which is this one, you know, and leave for 30 minutes, and I'm not wanting to be at that intersection for 30 minutes. That is a sketchy intersection full of sketchy people. So I'm looking at the app and I see that there's a Route 32 coming up 44th Street, which as soon as it's supposed to turn left, well, it turns left at the intersection directly ahead of me where that red light is. That's it's kind of in the distance there. That's 44th Street and Washington. So the Route 32, when it gets to Washington, it turns left, and its first stop after coming out, where it goes underneath the SkyTrain and it goes around the airport, which of course is a non-pedestrian area. There's no stops there. It would be kind of nice if there was a stop down at Madison Street, because there is an intersection of Madison Street, and people can walk down to there, but granted, not too many people do. But at any rate, it turns left, and the first stop is supposed to be right here in front of the Crown Plaza Hotel. The bus stop that I have the video, and I'll try to remember to link it, but I probably won't, where the transit Phoenix PD Transit, whatever, was running homeless people off of that stop. Anyway, that's the next stop that the Route 32 is supposed to stop at. So I saw that it was coming, so I went over to that stop, and I'm not even sitting on the bench, because granted, there's a homeless guy on the bench wrapped up in a blanket who smells like piss, but I digress. Want to make sure that the bus driver sees that I'm not a homeless guy on the bench, that I'm that person who actually is waiting for transit. So I'm standing at the curb, and the bus turns left and just drives right by me, doesn't even slow down. And as it's getting by me, I'm yelling, I'm like, hey, bus, stop, bus. And I'm running behind it in the street like, hey, stop, you're supposed to stop for passengers. And at this point, I'm wondering, what the fuck do I gotta do to get a city bus to stop in this city in the morning? What do I have to do? Do I have to literally throw my body in front of the bus to force them to stop? I mean, granted, I might be hit by a bus, I might get killed, but at this point, my life is so miserable because buses won't stop for me. Maybe that would be an improvement. Maybe I can die and be free of this fucking transit misery. Which is riding Valley Metro in Phoenix, Arizona. Maybe I can be free of that if I can get hit by a bus, and maybe then the buses will learn they need to fucking stop for people. Anyway, God, I'm so angry about that. So angry. And of course, I dialed the 602-253-5000, tried to call and report it. Their customer service center isn't even open. There's not even anybody to answer the phone. Once I get past the prompts, which are awkward and don't work very well, I get to a recording saying that the phone hours and when they're there, and they're not able to take my call until 8 p.m., which is ridiculous. That phone should be answered 24/7. People get around 24/7. If there's buses on the road, there should be somebody to answer the phone about an issue with a bus. Freaking ridiculous. So after that, I took a picture of the stop So I have the stop number handy, and it's a time picture. So hopefully from that information, they can determine what bus it was that just sailed right by me. I wish I'd have taken some more screenshots of the app, but I didn't think it would be a problem. I mean, I saw the bus. I saw it sitting, waiting at the red light, getting ready to turn left, approaching my stop. Didn't think it would just drive on by me like I wasn't there. So anyway, that brings me to here. I'm just waiting for this driver to come out from wherever the heck he is and open his doors and let me on the bus. And now this bus doesn't leave until, well, it's supposed to leave at, actually I think it should have already left right now. So now we got a driver that's not leaving on time. And shit, I don't have my hotspot set up, so I can't look at the transit app. Oh, god damn it. Need to get my other phones working. I got SIM cards in both of my other phones, and I don't know how to get either of them to work because I'm not good enough with that kind of stuff, and I can't seem to find anybody that can help me with it. Anyway, it feels like this one should have, the driver should come out by now. I feel like he's not starting his run on time. There's so much of that happens. The drivers don't stick with their bus and help customers. They just disappear into the building to do God knows what. I'm still upset about that bus that made me late for work on Tuesday evening. It just wandered off into the QT for 10 minutes and comes back talking on her cell phone to her son about whatever. Ma'am, you need to make those personal calls when you're off work. I'm not allowed to make personal calls when I'm at work. I have to wait until my breaks to make those calls. And nobody's reliant on me at work to get to their work. So yeah, not cool. Not cool at all. Anyway, I'm looking forward to waiting. I'm going to try to stay up till 8 a.m. to make both of those complaints, and I think I got all the information handy to do it. Oh, wow, there is a driver there. All right, I got to get in. I guess in the next video I'll explain what all happened last night, but suffice it to say, I did not get in the club, I did not see Honey, and most of the time I was texting her, she didn't even know who the hell I was.